Hey everybody, welcome to Hat Hole Home Video. Today is another VHS pickups day. How exciting it is for me. I hope it is for you too. I got an interesting little stack of tapes that I have not shown off anywhere else yet, although maybe some on Instagram. By the way, I try to remember, but I always forget. If you don't follow me on Instagram, check me out, Hat Hole Home Video. I forget if it's hat.hole, I think. Whatever. Search Hat Hole Home Video, you'll find me. I show a lot of stuff in real time, things from the thrifting blogs, things that I find that don't make it in the thrifting blogs, things that maybe I pick up on eBay. The things that you'll see here in these videos, basically, but you get to see them maybe in a little bit more real time. These videos, I let things build up and then kind of show them to you as they build up. So enough of my squawking. Let's look at some of the recent additions to the VHS collection. I think most of these are, I think all of them are, not quite. Well, yeah, that's a horror movie. Okay, we'll get to it. They're basically all horror movies. First up is Return to Salem's Lot. What a great, I mean, this is 80s, right? It's gotta be. 87, yes. That is an 80s horror movie cover, if I ever saw one. Rated R, does not explain why. In a certain postcard perfect New England town, it's hard to keep the undead down. That's a rhyme. It's a poet and they didn't even know it. Their ghoulish residents have unlocked the secrets of eternal life, vampire style. I am already over this description. Perhaps you've already visited Salem's Lot and lived to tell about it. Now get ready for Return to Salem's Lot by quadrupling your By quadrupling your life insurance. Okay, we get it. I cannot. The cringe of that description is off the chart, and I'm over it. Great, perfectly acceptable movie. Great is not the right word for it. Perfectly fine horror movie. But they wrote a book on the back, and it was obnoxious. So we're moving on. You know what I always say? With rental tapes, although, was this a rental? Doesn't look like it. But when we talk about video stores, when we talk about the days of the VHS video store, the cover, is pre-internet. The cover and the description, that's what had to sell you on a movie, right? This cover got me in, and then I flipped it around. I started reading, and if I was in the video store, especially me now, where I'm just like fed up 80% of the time, I would have got this far in and gone, okay, next, which is literally what we're doing right now. We have a movie that I already own, but The Blair Witch Project. This is a video update X rental copy of The Blair Witch Project. And that I don't have. That's exciting for me. I'm a huge Blair Witch fan. I think, obviously, it's in some ways a victim of its own success. You can see here, if ever the camera wanted to focus, you can see it is a video update copy. Kind of obscured, but it is from Excelsior, Minnesota. Excelsior! But yes, I'm a big fan. I think, I think as an experience, and I don't know. I don't need to talk about it too much. We all know about the Blair Witch Project, but it's one of two movies that made me sleep with the lights on after I saw it. When I saw this in the theater, I got home, and every time I closed my eyes, I just saw Mike standing in the corner, like facing away. Like, images from this movie were like infecting my brain as I was trying to fall asleep. So I turned I literally slept with the lights on. I was 19. Made me sleep with the lights on. Come on. Got to give a movie credit for that anyway. Now we have, this was the one, I don't know if it's technically a horror movie. I guess it's more of a thriller, but it's The Watcher. a movie where Keanu Reeves is a psycho killer. And not in the good way, not in the John Wick, noble way. James Spader, Marissa Tomei, and Keanu Reeves. So, Ultron, Aunt May, and Neo, all in the same movie. Keanu Reeves ignites this action-packed, superbly crafted thriller that zooms along like a sinister video game of hunter and prey, says Richard Roper from Ebert and Roper and the Movies. Is it Ebert and Roper and the Movies? I thought it was Ebert and Roper at the Movies. That may be a glaring typo. You'll have to confirm. After years of pursuing psychotic killers in Los Angeles, FBI agent Joel Campbell, James Spader, wants out. And now his nemesis, serial killer David Alan Griffin? It's like David Alan Grier. David Alan Griffin, Reeves, has tracked him all the way to Chicago just to torment him. Before each murder, Griffin sends Campbell a photograph of his intended victim and dares him to find her before he strikes again. Now, with every tick of the clock and amidst pulse-pounding action, this stone cold killer turns up the heat. It doesn't sound bad. It's not, it's more of a mainstream movie. Doesn't sound bad. I'd give it a watch. And here's a kind of a neat little thing. It is a screener tape. Still not quite sealed, but, still in the seal. It is the Dawn of the Dead Zack Snyder remake. Screener copy. Uncensored version, too scary for theaters. Full-length screener. I love this movie. I don't know where people stand. I saw it in the theater. I loved it like day one. I thought it was awesome. And it was also a movie that came out really predated the big zombie revival. I feel like it was, I could be wrong, and I know Resident Evil is in there too somewhere, and that obviously plays a part. But I feel like this and Shaun of the Dead were for me, were the two movies that were like, oh my God, like I'm seeing this in a theater. Like you have to, it might be hard to remember. Because when was it? This was 2004. Shaun of the Dead was in like those couple years before that, right? That was a time when you didn't get to go to a movie theater and see a gory zombie movie in that sort of a vein. So yeah, I loved it. I still celebrate it. I think it's how a remake should probably be done. It's filled with Easter eggs paying tribute to the original, which I think is cool. It has a lot of cameos. There's all kinds of things that I wouldn't have picked up on, but I remember back in the day watching the commentary, and he's like, oh, see the helicopter? That helicopter is the same model as the helicopter in the original movie, and oh, we named this shop in the mall after this actor. We did this. Like it's filled with little tributes to the original Dawn of the Dead, but really was for a new audience, and that's what a remake ought to be. It stands alone from the original. They are their own beasts. I don't need to keep talking about it, but I'm a big fan, and I love once again these like video store relics. A screener copy that got sent to a video store to say, hey, maybe think about carrying this in your video store. That it might be worth your while. You'll see, I suppose I should show, the back of the box is not a traditional back of the box for anybody who doesn't see screeners very often. This is not to sell meat on renting this tape. This is to sell a video store on carrying this tape. So this is marketed, this is geared at the proprietor of a video store, not to a customer, not to a rental customer. So there you go. We got, once again, a nice little short stack of tapes, but very welcome additions to the collection. A little trash, a little treasure, just how I like it, you know. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and you know that whether you are a dirty dog sleeping in the sun or an, oh my god, I was about to burp, an alley rat eating up the night, you always are welcome here at Hat Hole Home Video.